Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Friday the 30th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning earlier than I wanted to, but it wasn't too bad. Got a couple things accomplished. Got the dogs all out. Got the one dog that doesn't get along with their dogs, so I have to keep her separated at all times, so it's a lot more of the rotate in and out kind of thing. So and this morning the little dogs were all outside and they didn't want to come right back in right away, and I wanted to let the I guess the solo dog out to go potty early, and they didn't want to make her wait that long. So I just went and put a leash on her, took her out the front yard, let her sniff around a few places and she'll use the restroom out there for a little bit. Got back in, got her fed, medicated, all the good fun stuff that comes with general dog care. Rotated the dogs in and out throughout the day, pretty much all it is. It's surprisingly a lot more of a pain in the butt when you have dogs that don't get along. You don't realize how much more it is, but she's a good dog, and I'm afraid if I stop watching her, then she's gonna have some place that's going to either just crate her the whole time or treat her like crap, and I don't want to take that chance because I've been watching her for a few years now, and she is a good dog. She just, I think, has some mental issues going on. I think it's a brain tumor, but they don't want to get her tested because they're afraid that it's going to require treatment that, one, they can't afford, and two, they'll need to end her life sooner than what it really is. So kind of is what it is there. So yeah, went ahead and basically that was pretty much my day. It was just in and out. Got a little yard work done here and there. I did work on the ladder for the pool for my wife. I was able to went and bought some new saw blades. I needed new metal cutting blades, so I got some new blades and cut the old ladder apart to make it fit into my new stairs, and I got that done. Now I have to do is figure out a way to either hand drill the angle I want for the old ladder to stab into the new steps, or if I'm going to try and freehand it. I haven't made my mind up yet, so might set up my drill press and drill a guide hole into an old 2x4 or 2x6 to work as a drill guide to put the exact angle on it. The other option is just to basically oversize the hole, stick the legs in, and then anchor it in with some screws to keep it from moving around. So, but I haven't figured exactly which way I'm doing that yet. Part of me says the drill guide makes more sense, so I'll get a much more accurate hole, but I also think there's a good chance that if I don't get the angle just right, the stairs are going to sit all collywampus and not where I want to be, where if I oversize the hole, I can then set them exactly where I want and then anchor them in with a bolt or a screw. So who knows, we'll see what happens with that. So, but yeah, went ahead, got a few of those done, got a few of that stuff done, just kind of hanging around with the dogs and whatnot. Decided to go ahead and get my run in early because I was really needing to go see a chiropractor. I've been needing to see a chiropractor for a while, and I've been putting it off because I'm a cheap bastard when it comes to that kind of stuff. So it really is one of those situations in my life that I do not like spending money when it comes to my personal care, and I need to. So I didn't want to go get a chiropractic adjustment and then go for a run. So went ahead, got the dogs all happy, went get my run in, got back, jumped in the hot tub for a few minutes to kind of loosen up my muscles a little more after my run, jumped in the shower real quick, and then headed over to the chiropractor's office, got my adjustment, and I needed to go back and see him a few more times because one time when I'm this far out and this long out doesn't do me any good. So got home, took ibuprofen to help keep the muscles from pushing my body back in the wrong position again. So right after I got back from there, I went ahead and mixed myself up a drink, and then reached out to my wife for dinner and couldn't find the new Tostito chips. I'd ordered a bag of Tostitos, and little bite-sized rounds, which is my favorite. And she told me where they were. I'm like, they're not here in the pantry. And she goes, I'll check on the floor. So I was like, oh shit, there they are. So we never put chips on the floor. That's why I never thought to look there. So, but found them. So I ended up doing for dinner, I ended up making BLT nachos. So basically I pan fried up a bunch of bacon, cut it up in little pieces, about 1 inch piece before they got cooked. So they got smaller, almost more like bacon bit type size. And then pan fried it all up, went ahead and laid out my chips, my nachos, I shredded up a bunch of lettuce, and then diced up a bunch of tomatoes, put in some chives, and ended up putting on some cheese and stuff, which makes it more nachos than BLT, but it is what it is. She wanted to do sour cream. I did a little bit of Miracle Whip on mine, a little bit of sour cream both, and we knocked ourselves out a I had a big bowl, like a BLT nacho salad, where she lays her more out like more like a, I don't know, decorative plate, and then puts makes little tiny BLTs on top of each chip, which is how she likes to do it. So I like to just stir mine up in a big bowl, and it's easier for me that way. So we had a nice little meal. Dinner was fine. It was surprisingly pretty good. I did end up overcooking the bacon a little bit, but it means how it's all gonna be mixed together. I couldn't pull it out. I like it a little undercooked. She said I overcooked it in for her, so I was like, oh shit, I really screwed this up. So next time it'll be easier to do. Part of the problem is it's hard to tell how much your bacon's getting cooked when they're tiny little pieces like that. It's hard to judge where I'm at. So, but if we do it again, she said yeah, she'd eat it again. She just wants bacon cooked a little less next time, so that's cool. Watched a little bit of Young Sheldon, and we were sitting around just chatting a little bit, having a nice little conversation. Getting ready to head back outside with my cigar, and my father-in-law called me from across the street and asked me if I knew there was some guy wandering around out in front of my house and whatnot. I go, no. He goes, over at your garage, by your trash cans and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? So I head out there real quick, and apparently he'd been to my front door and then didn't knock or anything. It was up there for a little bit. And I go back out and find the guy, and he's over pulling flowers out of the ground next to my garage. Like, asked him what the hell he was doing. Kind of got in his ass a little bit. And he said he's looking for some guy named Andrew, has a buffing business. I don't know what the hell that means. And why you're pulling plants out of somebody's yard when you're looking for somebody else's house, I have no idea. And I'm like, well, this clearly ain't it. You get the hell off my property. And the guy's trying to talk to me. He's clearly got mental issues. Older white gentleman wearing neon ass shoes. He looks like he would have played in like a weird hair band back in the day, like in the 80s, whatever. Just a weird, the whole outfit was off, but the shoes were like neon colored and like super clean. So I don't know if he just got them or if the dude has a home to live in. I don't know, because it doesn't look like homeless shoes to me. So, and the dude was clearly having a mental break and or drug induced behaviors. And I chased him off my property and got rid of him, watched him head down the road, went back in, posted up on Facebook, a little neighborhood area group, like, hey guys, you know, keep a lookout for this shit, like, you know, whatever. Everybody's like, you can call the cops. I'm like, what am I gonna do, call the cops? Like, some guy pulled flowers on my ground. Like, first off, I'm not gonna mess with that shit, but I wanted everybody to know, like, go check your doors, make sure it's locked, whatever kind of crap. Then later on that afternoon, that evening, somebody else that saw him got a picture of him, whatever. I'm not sure if it was from that day or found it on Facebook, but he was trying to get into their neighbor's house, also in the neighborhood. Called the cops. Cops took him away. We don't know if it was for just like a ride home or to jail or no. We don't have a clue. So who knows with that. So that was a lot of drama, and everybody all making all kind of weird ass like guys. I'd shoot this on bitch and blah blah. I'm like, just whatever. Just get rid of the old guy, get him on my property, and go from there. So, but yeah, that was not the most easy feeling. The one nice thing is our house is locked 24/7. Like, if I walk across the street to my father-in-law's house, I might not lock my door, but that's if I'm just going there, like changing air filter and coming right back. If I'm going to be there for any time at all, door gets locked. One, I don't want to have to confront somebody in my house because they hit the wrong house, thought they were going to their friend Andrew's house, and they're now in my living room. And two, mostly, I don't want to run the risk of somebody trying to come into my house to steal my TV and stereos and whatever and money, to end up having them leave the door open and a dog get out. So definitely not something I want to mess with and deal with. So just keep the doors locked. It makes life a whole lot easier in life. So when I first was remodeling this house, I had a neighbor try and walk into my house one time through the garage door, inside garage door, and luckily the door was locked, and I chewed her out bad. I told her if she ever set foot back in my property again, I would have her arrested for trespassing, and it was a whole big mess. And she was a piece of shit of a neighbor. So she's since moved, so it's all good there. But that was one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of locked doors. I don't have to have these conversations inside my house, which changes stuff a lot in that discussion. So, but yeah, that was basically the fun part of the evening. After that, headed back outside with the dogs, had myself a nice little evening, and just kind of rotating the dogs in and out. Everything went pretty good. Finally went back in, had myself a little snack, watched a little bit of Frasier, and wrapped it up and called it a night. So that's all I got for now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.